What to wear to a classical concert. A classical concert was once an event that demanded a certain dress code. While some venues today may still have these, most are more casual, and appropriate attire is not necessarily required. However, some simple guidelines can help you look your best if you want to dress up for the occasion. This concert house has a formidable heritage and an equally impressive history of hosting the best performers worldwide. The Vienna Concert House does not publish a dress code. But even the briefest glance at the audience at such a concert will clearly show the expectations of the Viennese concertgoers. The best way to describe the style is elegance. Often men wear a dress suit or tuxedo with a bow tie while the ladies wear their finest and most luxurious dresses. One of the world's most popular classical concert series is at the Royal Albert Hall in London. It is one of the world's longest seasons of concerts. Newman devised the idea of concerts intending to expose a wider public to the wonders of classical music. This meant that tickets for the promenades, as they came to be known, were relatively cheap, and the audience was allowed to smoke, drink, and eat. The informality of these early concerts has been carried on today, but the dress code is considerably more formal. Dress suits and ties are the norm for men, and ladies should wear cocktail dresses or evening gowns with matching accessories. Regardless of what concert house you attend, it is best to put together a timeless look that oozes sophistication. Think pearls, pastel colors, and tailored clothing. Keep your accessories to a minimum: delicate earrings, the right handbag, and maybe one statement piece. Heels are always an option for ladies, while men can go with dress shoes or leather loafers, depending on their outfit choices. Shoes should be comfortable but elegant. The goal is to look classic and timeless. Remember to dress according to the season. Light colors and fabrics are preferred during summer, while winter requires thicker fabrics and muted colors. Ensure that your clothing allows you to move freely during the performance, as you don't want anything in the way of enjoying a night of classical music. Concert music in the 16th and 17th centuries was dominantly the province of nobility for the church. If you were invited, the usual attire was fine, luxurious clothing, and even jewelry. Wearing a suit is also appropriate for today's concerts, although the expectations are not quite as strict as in previous centuries. It is best to put together an ensemble that looks elegant. The choice of clothing was not limited to the upper classes. An appropriate outfit for a day in court would be acceptable for those of lesser means. This included clothing such as velvet doublets or silk and satin gowns for men and women alike. Some musicians even wore cloaks with fur-lined hoods. Although these traditional styles are no longer fashionable, it is still possible to create a look that captures the essence of classical music by choosing quality fabrics and timeless silhouettes. In particular, the 18th century saw an explosion in the popularity of opera. These merchants and entrepreneurs often had a keen interest in arts, and many beautiful buildings were designed and constructed for the pure purpose of music. Pictures and accounts of these occasions and venues show that the dress code would have been formal, with people taking the opportunity to display wealth, taste, and fashion. Opera continued to dominate the musical landscape of the 19th and 20th centuries. A whole series of different clothing styles came alongside it. These occasions were lavish and not intended for the lower classes. Ladies' fashion of this time gave rise to some of the most beautiful items we have ever seen. Luxurious fabrics, intricate designs, and vibrant colors were all part for the course. Velvet cloaks would be worn over taffeta or silk gowns with fur trims and embroidery. Men's fashion also evolved. Tailcoats, silk cravats, and embroidered waistcoats became popular. Musical occasions were a way to show off one's wealth and sophistication, so people took the time to ensure they dressed appropriately. Men's flamboyant clothing styles from the previous century passed on in favor of the black dinner suits we still have in fashion. Decisions about what to wear come down to personal preference and style, but the key elements are to remain classic and timeless. Concerts can be a great opportunity to dress up and make a statement, so have fun. In many concerts, the formality has been replaced by a casual, relaxed, and inviting atmosphere to encourage everyone to come and listen rather than be discouraged by snobbery associated with classical music. Unless you dress in a manner that could be perceived as provocative or even aggressive, the chances are you'll be welcome to any concert and enjoy a wonderful and memorable performance.